The myth of Pandora's box is one of the most captivating tales from ancient Greek mythology. It explains the origin of human suffering and serves as a cautionary tale about curiosity, temptation, and the unintended consequences of actions. At its core, it is a story that addresses the complex nature of good and evil, hope and despair, as well as the role of the gods in shaping the human experience. Let's delve into this rich and timeless story, starting from its roots. The origins of Pandora. To understand the myth of Pandora and her infamous box, we must first explore the context that led to its creation. The tale begins with the Titan Prometheus, who was a benefactor to humanity. Prometheus had defied the supreme god Zeus by stealing fire from the heavens and giving it to mankind. This act of rebellion greatly angered Zeus, as fire symbolized not only warmth and light, but also knowledge and progress. With fire, humans were able to develop technology, cook food, and defend themselves from the cold and darkness, thus advancing as a civilization. Zeus, infuriated by Prometheus's audacity, decided to punish both the Titan and humanity. For Prometheus, the punishment was severe. He was chained to a rock, where an eagle would peck at his liver every day, and the organ would regenerate every night, ensuring endless torment. However, Zeus was not content with punishing only Prometheus. He wanted to teach humanity a lesson for accepting the stolen fire. Thus, he conceived a plan to create the first woman, Pandora, whose very existence would be an instrument of divine retribution. Pandora's creation. Pandora was meticulously crafted by the gods of Olympus. Each god contributed something to her creation, imbuing her with a variety of traits. Hephaestus, the god of blacksmithing, shaped her from clay, giving her physical form. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, endowed her with breathtaking beauty that no man could resist. Athena, the goddess of wisdom and crafts, taught her skills like weaving. Hermes, the messenger god, gave her cunning and eloquence, while Zeus himself bestowed upon her curiosity, an insatiable curiosity that would eventually lead to the fateful opening of the box. Pandora's name itself means all gifted, signifying the collection of attributes given to her by the gods. But despite her gifts, Pandora was also intended as a vessel of misfortune. Zeus's plan was clear. Pandora would be the key to unleashing suffering upon mankind. Pandora's box, a wedding gift. Once Pandora was completed, Zeus had her sent down to Earth as a gift to Epimetheus, Prometheus's brother. Prometheus had warned his brother never to accept any gifts from Zeus, knowing the king of the gods was full of treachery. However, Epimetheus, whose name means afterthought, indicating his tendency to think after acting, was captivated by Pandora's beauty and charm. He forgot his brother's warning and accepted Pandora as his wife. As a wedding gift, the gods also gave Pandora a mysterious jar, or, as it is commonly known today, a box, which contained something that was kept hidden from her. There were strict instructions that the jar should never be opened under any circumstances. This warning, however, only fueled Pandora's curiosity, the very trait Zeus had instilled in her. The opening of Pandora's box. Pandora, despite her initial efforts to resist, eventually succumbed to her overwhelming curiosity. The thought of the mysterious contents of the jar consumed her mind day and night. She wondered what could possibly be inside. Was it something valuable? Was it a treasure? Or was it something forbidden, meant to test her resolve? Finally, one day, Pandora could bear the suspense no longer. She approached the jar, her heart racing with anticipation. Slowly, she lifted the lid, and in that moment, chaos was unleashed upon the world. From the jar poured all the evils that had been kept hidden from humanity: disease, death, pain, sorrow, hatred, jealousy, greed, and violence. These miseries swirled around Pandora, spreading throughout the earth, infecting every living being with the afflictions that would torment humankind for eternity. Realizing the gravity of her mistake, Pandora frantically tried to close the jar, but it was too late. all the evils had already escaped, except for one thing that remained inside: hope. Some versions of the myth suggest that Zeus deliberately placed hope inside the jar to give humanity a way to endure the suffering he had unleashed. Others interpret hope as a final trick, something that keeps humans striving for relief that may never come. The symbolism of Pandora's box. The story of Pandora's box is rich in symbolism and has been interpreted in various ways throughout history. One of the most striking aspects of the myth is how it portrays the nature of human suffering. The evils that escape from the jar are metaphors for the hardships that all people face: illness, death, conflict, and emotional anguish. Before Pandora's fateful act, these afflictions were unknown to humanity, suggesting a time of innocence, perhaps a golden age where people lived in harmony and peace. Pandora herself can be seen as a complex figure. While she is often blamed for releasing suffering into the world, it's important to remember that she was created by the gods for this exact purpose. Pandora is both a victim and a perpetrator in this tale, embodying the duality of human nature. She is both gifted and cursed, just as humanity is blessed with intelligence and creativity, but also burdened with the inevitability of suffering and death. The role of curiosity in the story is also significant. Pandora's curiosity, much like that of Eve in the biblical story of the Garden of Eden, leads to the loss of innocence and the introduction of hardship into the world. The lesson here is often interpreted as a warning against unchecked curiosity or the pursuit of forbidden knowledge, as it can lead to unintended consequences. However, it can also be seen as a recognition of the inherent human trait of seeking understanding, even when it comes with risks. Finally, the presence of hope at the bottom of the jar offers a more optimistic interpretation of the myth. Despite the unleashed chaos, hope remains as a glimmer of light in the darkness. It suggests that even in the face of overwhelming suffering, there is something that sustains the human spirit and gives people the strength to endure and persevere. Hope is what keeps humanity going, even when confronted with insurmountable challenges. Pandora and feminine archetypes. The story of Pandora also taps into ancient Greek ideas about women and their role in society. Like many mythological narratives, it reflects the views and anxieties of the time. In Greek mythology, women were often portrayed as agents of disruption or downfall, as seen in the stories of Helen of Troy and Medea. Pandora fits into this pattern, as she is directly responsible for the release of suffering into the world. Her creation can be interpreted as a reflection of patriarchal fears about the power of women, particularly in terms of their ability to influence men and society at large. However, there is also a more nuanced reading of Pandora's character. While she is often blamed for humanity's woes, she is also depicted as a complex figure shaped by divine intervention. Pandora is not inherently evil, rather, she is a creation of the gods, designed to fulfill a specific role in Zeus's larger plan. Her actions are the result of her nature, which was shaped by forces beyond her control. Modern interpretations. In modern times, the phrase Pandora's box has become a metaphor for any action that seems small or innocuous, but leads to widespread and uncontrollable consequences. It is often used to describe situations where an initial decision, no matter how well-intentioned, sets off a chain of events that results in unforeseen complications or disasters. Yet in keeping with the spirit of the original myth, the idea of hope also persists in contemporary interpretations. No matter how dire the situation, there is always the potential for hope to provide comfort and the possibility of resolution, even when things seem bleak. Conclusion. The myth of Pandora's box remains one of the most enduring and thought-provoking stories in Greek mythology. It explores fundamental human concerns, the nature of suffering, the consequences of curiosity, and the importance of hope in the face of adversity. Through Pandora, the Greeks told a story that not only explained the presence of evil in the world, but also offered a reflection on the complexities of human nature itself. As long as hope remains, no matter how much hardship is unleashed, there is always a reason to keep moving forward, striving for a better tomorrow.